Thank you, everybody, and it's a real honour to stand up here on the stage this morning and be a part of the speakers that we've had. What a feast we've had, new concepts, new ideas, new knowledge, and it's great to be a part of that. I'm Robert Hinrichsen. I'm one of the founding directors of CalFresh. Day to day now, I've taken a role in agriculture, which is a good fit for me, and so I've come to talk today about some of our soil health journey. I've called it the less is more philosophies of farming, and that's what I'd like to talk about today. I've titled this talk 40,000 kilometres and 5 cows. In the early 1900s, there was a professor of soil science at the University of Missouri called Dr. William Albrecht. And Dr. Albrecht worked in the dairy industry, and he noticed that all of the young calves in the area had scours or had diarrhoea. But if they supplemented their diets with calcium and magnesium, they stopped. So he surmised that somehow the local soils had been mined out of these essential elements to the detriment of bovine health. I think the most disturbing find from all of Albrecht's work for Western society has got to be the one-liner that became his catch cry. The outcome of his life's work derived to a sentence, and it's this: healthy soil, healthy plant, healthy animal, healthy human. That fundamentally there's this direct correlation between the health of soils and the health of the population. Healthy soil, healthy plant, healthy animal, healthy human. Now, back to those cows. Somebody once said to me that in just 1 hectare of wheat, 1 hectare, there's 40,000 kilometres of roots. Enough to go around the world at least once. And that the weight of bacteria in just 1 hectare of soil is the equivalent to the weight of 5 cows. And the true soil health starts when these 40,000 kilometres of plant roots start to interact with these 5 cows, producing things like plant antibiotics, vitamins, digestate, metabolites, and secondary exudates that you simply cannot buy in a bag. I knew that we had to take a look at our entire system. So right now, in the interest of time, and so I don't bore you to death, I'm going to go straight to dessert. These are the things we've implemented on our farm in the interest of soil health, controlled traffic farming. The deoxygenation of soil from compaction assists and harbours disease and creates our own clods that we then try to break down by driving over it again. And that is mechanical compaction that we made ourselves. So that's the way we used to do it. And the way we made those clods was using that sort of a beast to work up the fields. So early in our trialling of CDF principles, our machines went from looking like that to more like that. And after a couple of years of ground truthing in multiple crops, we began to invest in custom CTF systems. In 2 to 3 passes, we now get carrot hills to look like this and onion beds to look like that. So it's been a big change for us. Making compost. Everybody knows Queensland farmers love to stir up a bit of crap, but making your own compost takes it to a whole new level. Bayer, through the Partnering with Innovation group, bought out Bob Schaefer from America to teach us about making and farming with compost. And after a couple of batches of learning to turn that, which is mushroom waste, into that, we learned a lot about making compost and farming with it. The most valuable result from the compost, and less tillage, I believe, has been the reintroduction of fungus to the farm, running like thick strands through the soil. And to be honest, I've never actually seen this on our farm in the past. Third thing is cover crops. We now use several cover crops and mixes depending on what we want to achieve in the soil. We might use a sorghum for its natural hydrogen cyanide and prussic acid to cleanse out pathogens and to add huge amounts of biomass. We might sow a pea, a lab or a hemp to fix nitrogen. We'll sow millet or, in the winter, barley and rye for their massive roots that boost beneficial microbes. Or we'll mix any of the above. And fourthly, but certainly not leastly, biologicals. The concept of using living organisms to replace chemistry in a farming system is not new, but like most technology, the quality and the practical application of the products now on offer is making growers take a second look. I believe biologicals have the ability to herald a new era of soil health through less reliance on chemicals by promoting good biology, kind of like an IPM strategy for your soil. Serenade, or Bacillus subtilis, is a symbiotic root coloniser we now apply to the seed row at plant, building a more resilient and healthy crop right from the start. I reckon products like Serenade will work best as part of a biologically active system, but it probably has the resilience to be a silver bullet in a number of cases. So that's my 4 things. And I guess it's like a 4-legged stool, each one relying on the other to make the whole thing stand up. But I must say that in this system, the relationships are not linear, where 1 + 1 = 2. But I think they multiply or even exponential, so that 1 + 1 = 3 or 6 or 10. But my 4 things are not all that's out there, and you might find some other tools or concepts that you can use to build your soil health. But one thing that cannot be denied is the improvement to the resilience of our crops, their ability to handle stress and still make a crop. It's hard to quantify, but it's very real. I'd like to thank Bayer this morning for the opportunity to talk, and I hope this hasn't sounded like an ad for Bayer, but they have been very proactive in this space, providing a forum for education, collaboration and inspiration that's been a big part of my journey to better soil health. And along with, I must say, the many Aussie growers and collaborators we've had the pleasure of visiting through the PWI group. Can I also acknowledge Horticulture Innovation, who have taken us overseas to expand our thinking, see new technology, the Soil Wealth Project on my farm, which has quantified some of our new practices, and just last month, the Precision Ag Tour to New Zealand, which was another great forum to network with Australia and New Zealand's leading growers in this area. So in conclusion, the next time you walk out into your field and you pick up a handful of dirt, remember those 40,000 kilometres and 5 cows.